Palm, side palm, hawk palm.
Of all the martial arts, I thought this translates the best to what I do on the field. It's a lot of hand stuff, being able to quicken your hand speed, being able to be not just fast, but precise with your hand placement.
Good.
Somebody trying to grab you, which happens on the field, being able to pull them, get them off balance. When it's a lot of like controlled chaos going on, being able to relax, being able to get my hands on the defensive lineman faster than they can get their hands on me.
In Kung Fu and football, as in life, being big and strong helps, but it doesn't guarantee success.
So instead of palm, you're just breaking it?
Yeah.
Brains can beat brawn.
It doesn't matter how big you are or how strong you are. It's about technique, about speed, and knowing what you're doing and being very precise with it.
Take it easy on them. They got a black sash. So,
I mean, you saw Rebecca. You saw the speed, man. I mean, you saw how she was moving around.
And in both sports, as in life, you never know who, or sometimes what, is going to take you down.
A lot of emotion, serious injury for Brandon Brooks.
Love you, brother. Love you, brother.
I remember when that happened, I was devastated. I love him so much, and when I saw that happen, I was like, why does this have to happen to such a good guy? He's worked so hard.
I never looked at this like the end of the world, the end of my career, like why me? I actually was kind of happy, like.
Why?
I don't want to say this like the NFL isn't challenging, but I needed like some adversity.
It's hard to imagine that anyone would be happy about suffering a torn Achilles. But Brandon Brooks was motivated by his newfound adversity. And less than 8 months later, he was in the Eagles starting lineup when the 2019 season began.
Good push there by Brandon Brooks, number 79.
A remarkable accomplishment, but far from the greatest hardship Brooks has overcome.
Hey, give me a little bit, not too hard, though. Easy, Jumbo.
Brooks began his NFL career as a Houston Texan.
The learning curve was a lot greater for me. I came out of Miami of Ohio. I think I had like 7 plays, and for most of the protection, it was slide right, slide left, pretty basic stuff.
Okay.
Came in 12, and that was the last year, like the phone book playbooks.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to study it like every night.
Yeah.
And it wasn't coming to me the way that I had hoped. I would constantly get on myself like, why am I not getting this? Like I'm trying to do everything I can, and it would just kind of snowball from there.
His on-field struggles
And we've got movement. Brooks picked up. False start.
coincided with an off-field problem.
I had this issue kind of a little bit throughout my life, but I never really paid any attention to it.
And what
then-
is this issue? When you say this
So
issue,
I'll basically worry myself sick to the point where I would, for 24 hours, violently vomit and have to go to the hospital. And they would give me all of the different anti-nausea drugs to stop it, and nothing would stop it. At the time, ironically, I had a stomach ulcer, and they went in there and fixed it, and I thought that was the end of it, like, oh, no more problems, no more missing anything.
Yeah.
And then they continued happening on for years.
After 4 years in Houston, Brooks signed with the Eagles. He had a new home,
Good drive, buddy. Nice job.
but the same old obsession.
He wanted everything to be perfect, everything to be right. He didn't want to miss an assignment, even in practice. And he was always one that from time to time would want to repeat a play so he could get it right.
I would think about the bad days in practice too. Like Tuesday I had a bad day, like it'd be Thursday and I had 2 great days, and I'm thinking like, damn, Tuesday might
you
mess
would
my...
keep track of it like that.
Yeah.
What's up?
I could tell you exactly like what plays I mess up in practice before we even get in the room.
Just like in Houston, Brooks missed a few games his first year in Philadelphia because of his mysterious illness.
All these medical tests physically came back clean.
Yeah.
And I started like putting 2 and 2 together, like, well, it does happen like really just on game days, and like it only lasts for 24 hours, and then the next day it's like something like it didn't happen.
So who finally diagnosed you?
It was the team doctor, Gary Dorsheimer at the time, with the Eagles back in 2016.
What did he say specifically?
It's anxiety disorder.
How would you describe an anxiety disorder?
this might be a little extreme, but it's like if somebody threw you in the deep end of the pool and you couldn't swim. You know how you're like doggy paddling, trying to keep your head above water? Like that's how it feels. You're trying to do everything you can to, cope with it, but by yourself it's just not enough. If you don't get the help you need, it'll just really consume you. And what it feels like to work through it is, somebody throw you a life vest in.
Wow. What was that life vest for you?
I never thought about that till right now. Probably a combination of things. Jeff Stoutland, a guy who, coaches me and sees me every day.
I do truly care about him as a person. I think he and I are a perfect fit for each other. Player-coach.
Probably Lane Johnson.
I probably knew that he had it. I just didn't know how bad it was.
Lastly, my therapist, being able to get to, to the nitty-gritty of what was going on and how to go on with your life.
Before he went on with his life, he decided to tell the rest of the world what was afflicting him.
I'll never forget that day. That was a long day because I had missed a game, played the next, and then missed that next one. Walking through the locker room, as soon as I walked in, it was like everybody's head like just right to me, and I was like, oh. Found out recently that I have an anxiety condition.
You could have stood up here and told us you had bad fish tacos and nobody would have ever known the difference. Why is it important to you to kind of let everyone know exactly what's going on?
Well, one, I'm an honest guy. I'm gonna tell you what's going on. That's one, and two, it's nothing that I'm ashamed of. Get the help that I need, and life will go on. I'll be fine.
What was sort of the overall reaction from people once you came out?
Had some players who came up and really respected it, really understood, about it. And then you had some players who, didn't say it to me directly, but thought it was guys who thought, it wasn't real, guys and, coaches who thought, I should, be out there. A lot of times people think because you're in this position, you got some money and you're famous, like nothing should affect you. Like nothing.
You're a superhero.
Yeah. Like if I was making that money, I'd be out there too. Like okay. When I found out what it was, it instantly made me just a lot more comfortable, I guess, which is weird to say because when you would think of a mental disorder, it's like, this guy's crazy. Like what's wrong with this guy?
Because disorder has a stigma to it, and it's unfair, but it does.
Yeah, but since that moment, because I knew what it was and knew how to solve it, whatever came after that, I was okay with. It's just like a physical injury. You can go get the help you need.
Yeah.
And, it kind of took me a while to realize, it's not weak to, ask for help because if you don't, I was a living, example of what it could do to you.
It took a lot of bravery just coming out, and I think a lot of guys can relate because a lot of people are feeling the exact same thing, but they don't want to talk about it because in today's society, it's really easy to get on Twitter, get on Instagram, Facebook, and get made a mockery of when we're all the same. We just try to hide it.
Good blocking up front by Brandon Brooks and Lane Johnson.
Brooks and Lane Johnson share the right side of the Eagles' line, but that's not all they have in common.
I got the same issues just because of pressure to play the game.
The two men are often in perfect sync with each other.
Him and Lane, stuck at the hip.
You just haul ass, I'll be right on your hip.
They look like synchronized swimmers.
Me and Brooks killing them, dog. Killing them.
It's very hard to get to that level, two players to be that organized. And they count on each other, they push each other.
Come on, we need you.
They're as close as you can be.
And while their charge is to protect the quarterback, they've done a remarkable job protecting each other.
I feel like he can look at me and feel safe, feel safe in judgment for me. It's really our communication. On one. It was just something that we never held back. I was like, come on, man, what's the problem? It was we're always straightforward. Let's go, big boy. I needed him. That was the thing. He probably don't know, is that I needed him. I need somebody to talk to. I'm not really scared of anything anymore. I've lived through it, I've survived through it, and now I'm thriving, and he's a big reason because of it.
This might be a little too much information.
No, it's never too much information.
But,
we haven't met, but you can tell me anything. These are leather couches for a reason. This is a safe space. You know
Safe
what I mean?
zone,
Yeah.
got it. We actually wake up every game day and throw up at the same time. And if our rooms are close, I can hear him through the vents. And then I'll text him like, dude, like, are you up? Are you okay? He's like, yeah, just throwing up. And I'm like, yeah, just doing the same thing.
That's every game day. It's our ritual.
You guys are that connected that you throw up at the same time.
Yeah. Before, I would look at it like, oh God, like here this comes, like it's about to, get crazy. Now I'm not gonna. Now I laugh about it.
When I hear him throwing up, I know that he's ready.
I'd be so worried about, what if this happened, what if that happened, man? Then come to find out at the end of the day, man, the man upstairs took care of me, man. You know what I'm saying? Plus that worrying, man, that will wear on you, man.
Let's welcome Brandon Brooks.
I missed 5 NFL games over my career because I couldn't handle not being perfect. I have an anxiety disorder. I grew up thinking, you had to man up, you had to suck it up, as they say. Boy, did I learn the hard way. I'm especially proud of defeating the anxiety that has affected me in the past. Truth be told, feeling a little anxious today.
And it's not a coincidence that after you were so open about this, then you played the best football you've ever played.
100%.
Brandon Brooks, he clears space.
I think you are looking at one of the best linemen in the National Football League.
Nice job. I told you that guy was going to do that on the blast.
Hey, I like how big Brooks be doing.
Great job converting that to an orange. That slug, that was good.
Brooks earned Pro Bowl honors in 2017 and 18. And in Super Bowl 52, he helped the Eagles gain 538 yards from scrimmage.
So proud of you, man.
Damn, bro.
Damn. Hey, we battled through a lot, man.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah. Love you too, bro.
He just continues to grow as a player, as a person. Maybe a lot of those demons, some of those things that he can express and get rid of, has really brought the breath of fresh air back into his lungs a little bit, and now he's excited about football. He's excited about his performance.
Hey, let's go get another one, Big B. What do you say? Are you having fun yet?
Oh yeah, every day.
Hey, come on, baby. Come on. Rock and roll.
Brandon Brooks makes a living trying to defeat the man he sees straight across from him every Sunday. But honestly, Brooks is more concerned with the man he sees in the mirror every day. And right now, he likes the guy staring back at him.
Wherever I thought my limits were before, like those don't exist to me now, and I can push myself much further. What I've done to get here is something that I just need to continue to do, and everything will be okay.